COVID haircut. Gross. Welcome everyone to another COVID video, stuck at home. Today I want to introduce you a little bit to the X-S10 that I've had over the Christmas days to test. And first a little disclaimer, this is not going to be about pixel peeping or any kind of, not even close to a scientific review. This is basically my take on where Fuji is going with this camera, who I think this camera is for. And I'm going to show you a few lens combinations to give you an idea how it's going to handle and how it's going to balance. Spoiler alert, it's handling very well, of course, with those fast small primes. It's very well balanced with the 18 to 55 kit lens, and I'm assuming also the 16 to 80. It handles well also with bigger zooms like this 50 to 140, although it's of course very small body on a big lens. So who is this camera for? The X-S10 has a new button layout and setup. It's more like a conventional camera, respectively like a DSLR of basic Nikon or Canon SLRs, if you remember those days when cameras still had mirrors. Of course, this is gonna shock some Fuji enthusiasts, and if you are looking for a camera that's gonna be your only camera, and maybe you have an X-T20 that you'd like to upgrade, or maybe you'd like to change from an X-T30 because of this grip that's really comfortable, by the way. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be for you layout wise, if you are, if you will, a Fuji purist and you'd like to have your shutter speed on top of the camera and whatnot. If you are not depending on this type of layout, you'll be really happy with this camera. Just my opinion, because let's be honest, if you are mostly shooting with an aperture value, meaning that you use your clicky dial on the aperture ring and have the shutter speed set to auto, except for those few times where you maybe want to get specific effects from your shutter speed, I think you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. The Q button has changed to the top layout, which, I don't know, it's probably because of the thumb rest that they've moved that button to the top, but it's something you can get used to, no problem. My favorite camera, my favorite Fujifilm camera of all time when it comes to doing sort of editorial work, if you will, is the Fuji X-H1. And I think a lot of people like to refer to the X-S10 as the small X-H1. Some maybe think, why is this not called an X-H10? We don't know. Fuji will have something in mind with this, but whatever. If you have an X-H1 and you are looking for a secondary camera for lighter carry, or like I'm using now as a vlog camera or to film yourself, of course the flippy screen comes in really handy. If it's about taking pictures, I'm not entirely sure if I'm actually preferring this LCD, or actually I'm pretty sure that I for photography like this display more, because it's very convenient when you want to take a picture from the hip. You just slide your out like so, or if you want to take a shot from above, you just flip it out like this. You know, it's very fast and convenient, and of course you can do all that with the X-S10 as well. It's just, you know, it's this one more move that you have to do, or if you have the screen out like so, then you have to take it out and whatnot. I know it's complaining on a very high level, but it's just that extra move that you have to do. And also the screen is off the optical axis, so yeah, you can get along with it, but just again, complaining on a very high level for photography purely, and being behind the screen when filming videos as well. I like this type of screen more, because it's just, yeah, the screen is on camera access, and that's for me personally, that's more convenient. If anybody from Fujifilm would ask me, which of course they won't because they won't know me, if they were thinking about making an XH2, which rumors are they will, I hope that they will keep this type of screen on an XH2 for those who are mainly behind the camera filming others, because I just think it's a more reasonable thing to do, in my opinion. However, if I were thinking about a secondary camera, which this will actually become sometime down the road from now, I'm pretty sure, this is actually very nice to have, like for usages like this, filming myself. It's a nice thing to have. So if we're talking about the button layout, if you are an XH10, XH20, XT10, XT20 user, and you want to keep the Fuji button layout, I'm not entirely sure that this is for you, but for anybody else who already has an X-series camera, looks for a secondary camera that is maybe lighter, I think this is a very great option, because it's broadening the possible uses and the possible use cases, how you use your camera, and it's different for a change, you know. So without further ado, let's get into a few body lens combinations, have a look at this, and yeah, let's go. To give you a little side-by-side view of the X-H1 versus the X-S10, just how big the difference in body size is. This one is the X-H1 with the 16-1.4, and this is the 23 f2. And this combination right here is somewhat around just below, I think, 2 kilos. Don't know the exact number, but this is body-wise as close as you can get to a full frame body, and it's a lot of glass, and this is something that I love to shoot with. This camera is still my absolute favorite camera to use, because of the shutter and a lot of other things, but this is something that you don't want to carry around all day if you are on a hike, if you are on vacation. I don't know, it's just a lot to carry, basically. This, however, is just lovely to carry around. It is, let's say, sturdy enough to feel that it's, you really feel that it's well built. It's a metal body. The grip, even if you have big hands, is really nice to grip. And with the f2 lens, it's just, it's no nuisance at all to carry it around. It's light, it feels good. So if you have one of these and you're thinking about a second body just to get it out and shoot with less weight, to drop a camera as a daily camera, you know, just sitting in your backpack somewhere waiting to be used, this is a really nice combination, especially with the 23 f2, and I'm sure this is just the same with the 16-8, with the 27-8, 35-8, you name it. So if you're looking for light, capable stuff, cameras, this is the one to go. I really like it. If I was to choose between an X-T30 and an X-S10, I know now for sure I would go with an X-S10, because this is just, yeah, it's beautiful. So to give you an idea how the X-S10 body balances with different Fuji lenses, this is I guess a pretty popular combination for this body. This is the 18-55, and as you can see, I have quite large hands, so I can grip the camera very comfortably. I'm not touching the lens barrel, so it's not uncomfortable at all. This is a very good combination, and yeah, the same goes for the 55-200, which is not a very fast lens in particular, but a very nice travel lens, I suppose. It's good optical quality. Come on. There we go. And this has the same comfort. You can reach in with your hands and you're not touching the lens barrel. Very comfortable to use. I've been walking around with this couple of days back, and yeah, went out shooting some pictures outside in the woods, and really comfortable to carry. If you want to have a 2-lens setup and you looking to have it for travels or to go hiking, this is not a combination that's going to wear you down from the weight. It's very comfortable to carry as a 2-lens setup, and you have zoom possibility from 18 all the way up to 200 millimeters. So this is a very good lens body combination if this is the kind of stuff that you are into. Same level of comfort, of course, also goes for the fast f2 lenses. This is the 23 f2. This even looks a little bit tiny, even more so if you take the hood off. Nice little combination, very light, and with the fast autofocus of the prime lens and the new autofocus on the X-S10, this is a strong contender to have a lot of fun while shooting travel, street photography, environmental portraits, and yeah, what else could you do? So this is the prime lens. Something to bear in mind when you should consider this lens as a secondary body to a larger body like the X-T4 maybe, or the, in this case, this is filming on the X-H1, and you have bigger lenses to use, like the 50-140 right here. It's by no means impossible to use, but you should bear in mind, if you have bigger hands, like I do, or even bigger. With these f2 lenses, when you reach in, you get your hands simultaneously on the lens barrel and on the body. This means if you hold the camera one-handed and you want to change, I don't know, take the hood off or whatever, you sometimes get your fingers into the screws down here or something, and it's not exactly comfortable. If you have the camera resting on your hand, on your palm, or on a tripod, it's no problem. But just bear in mind that this is not something you would carry around all day for shooting. Just my opinion. Same thing goes for the 16 to 55 to 8, and I would guess even more so for the 8 to 16 it is, I think, if you should use that or call that your own, you lucky bastard. Yeah, you can see right here I'm touching only if I, really press my finger against the body. I'm touching the focus, the aperture ring and the lens barrel, and it's not mega uncomfortable, but it's a hefty lens for this body for sure. I have a good grip, but the fingers rubbing against the barrel sometimes. Yeah. But still, nice combo. Note that this is no complaint or anything. It's just to give you an idea what feeling and what carrying this body would be like if you have very big hands. If you have smaller hands, no trouble. Absolutely no trouble. And here we have the 16 1.4, one of my favorite lenses of all time. And it's already quite a bit chunkier than the 18 to 55. Not a lot, but still. And as you can see, it's chunky. It definitely looks huge on this body, but very comfortable to use. Very well balanced in my eyes. Very beautiful. And by the way, just in case you're wondering, X-S10 23 f2 fills one compartment in the camera cube. Sweet. So thank you for tuning in and for listening to my takes on the X-S10. I hope you like it. This is my first type of camera review that I've done. If you like it, leave a comment down below. Maybe I'll do some more in the future. And yeah, take care, stay healthy, and